Every district has to face those, whether they be personnel related or construction related or whatever. What sort of, have you had a lot of legal issues that you've had to address and manage lawyer and control costs and come out with good outcomes? Or have you been
A few, fortunate enough to not have very many. I think I've just probably been lucky as far as that goes. We faced that one legal issue together here that we had of terminating somebody, and it's never pleasant. But I'm assuming the district has a counsel, and I believe in talking to the attorneys first from our side before somebody else says you have to, and making sure, if I have a question, I'll call and say, can I do this way? And they'll say, no, you ought to do it this way. Okay, fine, I can work with that. But I want to ask before I stick my nose out and do something silly, So that's the way I tend to operate with that.
Mary, can you tell us something about yourself, hobbies, interests, volunteer work, that sort of thing?
Anybody here an elk? Nobody? Okay. I'm the current exalted ruler of my Elks Lodge. Talk about a sucker with the hook in there, I was only 2 years in elk, and I got a call from my friend who was getting ready to be the first female exalted ruler, and she's lining up all her officers. She says, you told me you'd do whatever you needed to help me. I'm thinking, and I'm on the East Coast at this time, taking a big RV vacation in New England, which I had never seen. And I'm sitting there on the coast of Maine, and she calls me, and I'm thinking, what can I do from here? She says, I need you to take a chair. Okay, which one? I figured it would be one of the lower chairs. She said, no, I need you to be the esteemed leading knight, which is the number 2 person in the lodge. And they're scheduled to be the ER the following year. I said, oh my God, I don't even know how to do this, that, and the other. She says, I'll help you. So I walked in 2014 to be this esteemed leading knight. And I know leadership, I just don't know elkdom. So I'm telling you, it's really very, very cut and dried. So I learned it, and I became the exalted ruler in 15-16. And when I went to the state midterm convention in Pahrump, Nevada, about 3 weeks ago, they were getting ready to announce the Lodge of the Year. And I'm sitting there with about 6 or 8, 9 of my colleagues from our lodge, and they announced Tahoe Douglas. And I just sat there. They said, go get up and get your award. My year was Lodge of the Year for the state of Nevada. And I loved it. It was great. But it's what kind of records do you keep of hours, elk hours, non-elk hours? Do you do all the activities? Do you report it all? Do you do the outreach? And I told myself, I am not going to not send that report in because I'm too lazy. I'm going to bug people and hammer them and get the numbers and that report's going in, and we won it by 10 points. So, but that's the fun part and the good part. It keeps you very, very busy. And I have told the leaders, and I've told the national rep that's in our lodge about this opportunity. And I said, if it's offered, I will take it. And you guys need to know that. I'm not abdicating, I'm just taking a leave of absence, and you'll get through. So we do a lot, my husband and I do an awful lot with this organization. And we just finished feeding about 200 people spaghetti dinner the night that Santa Claus lit the Christmas tree in the city park. And we take the city hall next door and we fix spaghetti dinner for everybody. Then we have bingo for toys and live Christmas trees. All the money that's profit from that event goes to buy food and supplies for baskets for needy senior citizens. And they don't really get baskets, they get 10 shopping bags filled with supplies, and the quilting guild makes them a lap quilt, and another of my friends makes them slippers, and so we go around and do that. So it'd like to kill me because it's really work intensive, but we had so much fun because I told everybody working, every piece of spaghetti that gets eaten is going to contribute to these people getting food and things for Christmas. So I'm very active in that. I live in the country, sort of, in Gardnerville, Nevada, and I'm not a city girl, even though I grew up in LA. It was never me. I kept thinking, I don't belong here. What's the matter with me? I don't belong here. I belong up there. It's a lot of fun things to do. It's rural, it's small, and you can make a difference. And so that's kind of what my life is like right now.
Mary, we're kind of running out of time here.
Yeah, you
so,
are.
Does anybody else have some questions before we conclude the interview?
Just one quick one, if I may.
Okay.
Being a student and one who hasn't even really crossed the threshold into a career, I can't even fathom retirement, but I want to congratulate you on yours. I suppose my question is, what would your main reason for wanting to come out of retirement back into such a very demanding position be?
I ask myself that. I ask myself that a lot, and I didn't know I wanted to do it until Joan called me for the last one when I did Modesto, and I had a great time doing it, but I saw what I consider to be an excellent district. There are other districts I wouldn't touch.
Okay.
Wouldn't touch. Just, it's not worth it. And this one's going to be a lot of work. But I know some of you, I know the old board, I haven't met the new board members, gotten to know you, work with you yet. But I just, with a whole career spent in community college, I can't turn my back when I promised Joan I'd never let her down. And I really, really enjoyed my time here. So if I'm going to come out of retirement, it's going to be for this. And I've often thought, why didn't I go up to Western Nevada College and volunteer to be on their foundation board or something? Because I have enough I'm doing up there right now, but this is totally different. This is the world I lived in for 35 years, and I miss it. Sounds crazy, but I do.
No, I believe you. Thank you.
All right.
Well, thank you, Mary.
All right.
Appreciate you very much. Thank you for coming down.
Let's see. Whoops.
Have a safe drive home.
Yep.
Yeah, before the snow.